All right, we're back again with another video. We have two new guests up in here with the Fantasy 2020-2021 group. Let's introduce first my boy Francis here with new name, Triple Doubles.
Yes,
We got
sir.
some interesting players there. He's got some triple doubles there. So Francis is here with us. And we also got the one, the only, the antagonist of the league. Everybody likes to roast on this nigga. My boy, my boy Abel. If you've ever seen any, if you've ever seen any of the YouTube videos we have out there, that's the nigga we harp on is Abel with what's your team name again? Sorry, was it lucky last time? I don't know if we're lucky this year.
I niggas got lucky last time.
What was last time? Last year? Last year was every year, right?
You guys got lucky. COVID saved you.
We also got Obama in the building, so
Obama's here. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
So yeah, I'll start off with let's start with Francis. You guys you had a really interesting road this year, like pretty insane. I think we literally just said it like 5 minutes ago, just talking about it, but we thought this might be the time you did bet. And
story.
Just
a story.
Yeah, so go for it. Talk about it.
Man,
Talk about your team.
I don't know what happened. I started off 0-4. I think I'm looking at my weeks right now. I was down bad.
Mm-hmm.
I changed my name to what did I change my name to? GTD.
Well, like game time decision, yeah.
I was just salty because my half my team was out those first 4 weeks. I was saving up my money, I thought I was gonna be a bartender by the end of the year. But yeah, after those 4 weeks, I went 6-0 and just came back. So now we're feeling good. We're feeling good.
Yeah.
Locked in.
You said you were pretty. I mean, a lot of people were, but you were derailed right at the start with a lot of those like key injuries to a lot of those players. Yeah. I saw your team and I was like, yeah, this team is going to be something to mess with because of, like you said, you put on triple doubles. We know that. So you got Sabonis, you got Russell Westbrook. I think. Do you have Fox too? Sometimes Fox can get you a triple double here and there.
Yep, so I got Fox, Harden, Westbrook,
Harden Simmons, too. Like I haven't mentioned Harden.
Yep, so Simmons, Randall.
Yeah.
Randall.
So you had to also be really patient with Harden because a lot of people were throwing you those trades. But did you at any point thought you were gonna make that trade like with anybody, or were you just like I'm just gonna
like a lot of people were hitting me up for trades. I think both Luke's or maybe one of the Luke's.
Yeah, I know Luke did for sure. Penner
hit me up. Like I wanted to trade, but at the same time I couldn't make any big decisions because like I didn't know how my healthy team was gonna be.
Yeah.
So like I didn't pull the trigger on a lot of those trades, but
yeah, it's hard to gauge Harden's value there, and like obviously you're always gonna get shortchanged a bit there. You aren't gonna get an even deal. So yeah, it's always good to be patient, and we're a much deeper league this year. So one of your pickups can also be the difference. So you kind of have to hold on to the guys that you have there, which obviously paid off, like you said. I think besides the last couple of weeks, you've been on an absolute tear. Like you said, I think you are currently with the longest win streak of the league with 6 in a row. I think Luke Penner is also on 6 now. He's going for 7. He's trying to beat your record there, but either way, you made it to the final dance. And we'll talk a little bit more about playoff standings because I think almost every one of us can win the league this year, I think. But I've always said that you and Luke probably are going to be the final matchup. That's what I'm predicting this year. But yeah, no, you had a crazy run and everybody's recognizing you for that. And then we have this other guy over here, this guy we like to harp on a little bit, complete opposite of what's going on with Francis's team. We have Abel here. Tell me what's going on this year, man. How did you usually consistently at the top there this year has been wild ride. Obama, Abel, tell me what's going on here, buddy.
Let me make a quick shout out to my boy Jonas. I have to put the mask on for Jonas. There's some nostalgia in this mask. He's been a supporter of the mask since 2012. It's my boy. I gotta shout him out. Also, shout out to all the people who hating on me, all my haters. I do this for y'all. You know what I mean? So, with that, let's speak on my team. Let me take this mask off. You know what I mean? Let me just slide this way. Okay. Good now. So let's talk about it. Yeah, man. My team. It's been weird. Like, I haven't really had like
any good streaks going. Like I haven't really won many games, and I've been only able to get like 2 wins in a row. Then I lose back and forth. Kind of speaks to my record. Like I'm 6-7. So I've had some injuries. You know, you heard about my injuries. You know, yeah, you know everybody had injuries, but I mean 5, 6 at a time. You know, I didn't have enough spots for those players. I mean, like I know everybody went through it, so it's like I can't just say like, oh, poor me, but I think I just caught it at a bad time. Like, and it was for an extended period. Like, it wasn't like a week or two. Like, I had like players out for quite some time, so I was just like struggling to manage with that. And I wasn't making pickups. You know me, I don't do pickups. You know, I draft well and I pray. Draft well, crossed. You know, typically it works out. Like last year, I had like a pretty good record. I was like first place or like second place, tied with someone, I think. But yeah, this year like my team's healthy now, so you know what I mean. Like no one's on the injury spots, so we have a chance. Like, is it 8 guys that make the playoffs?
Yeah, top you everybody. So
we're good.
I'll talk about you made it. So everybody that we're
Yeah.
talking to now has made the playoffs.
I was just looking at it.
Simrat and Mina are. I'm gonna be showing it pretty soon because we'll talk a little bit about that. But yeah, you've made it. It's just a matter of where you end up placing. If you win, you could move up to 7th possibly or 6th.
Maybe, yeah. Well,
Yeah, like 2 to 8, I guess, or like 3 to 8 is all. It's all like
it's tight, man. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. Abel, so injuries. Okay, one of the questions I would say is, you know, you did draft when you talk about your draft here, you know, you did draft a couple of really injury prone guys like Nurkic. No, I think Nurkic was supposed to be up high there, so like I don't fault you for drafting him where you drafted him, but I know he was pretty injury riddled. People were really worried about Curry. Again, I'm not faulting you on these. Like, you know, Victor Oladipo though, that's another one, right? You had, you know, yeah, go ahead, go for it.
You know, like it was his wrist.
It was a freak injury, right?
It was his wrist. I mean, it's not like it's like his ACL, like
right,
meniscus, whatever. Like
fair, yeah.
Usually it's a wrist injury, so I wasn't really concerned about that. I forget where I was drafting. I think I drafted around like 8th or something.
Bottom, yeah.
I was pretty surprised that I got him, to be honest. Like I didn't expect him to, but I guess everyone was kind of concerned about the whole like the wrist thing. But yeah, I guess like the guys I drafted. I mean, I probably should have done my due diligence and checked, right? But like, you know, when you see a guy like Victor Oladipo sitting there, and it's like I don't know what round I got him, but I got him like at a pretty good spot. Like it's hard not to take him. It's not, like none of those guys that I drafted I reached for either. So it's like, you know, if anyone was in my position, I feel like they would have taken him anyways. Like, you know, they were in my spot. But it happens, you know, it happens.
It just had to be you.
Yeah, I mean, like Oladipo, he's more so just been like rested. Like they've been doing the whole like not playing in back-to-backs, which has been kind of annoying. But he hasn't really been injured. Levert, I mean, my guy had cancer.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
You know what I mean? Like something.
We can't talk about that. Like, yeah, for sure.
Good for him. I'm glad that he's healthy and everything. So, you know, I mean, everyone's back now, right? So who knows?
Like, and when Oladipo plays, he's nice.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he puts numbers up. So
right.
I think like people are probably sleeping on my team a little bit. I have a strong feeling I can make a run. Like 8th place, you know. I'm pretty strong. I'm confident we can make a run, you know, on any given week. You know what I mean? Steph Curry and Trey are in their bag, and then the rest of the guys follow suit. Who knows? Like, I think I could take anyone on, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, KP was a good pickup, too.
Yeah, Kevin Porter, good pickup.
That's what I was going to ask, even to Francis as well. Like, I think one of the things that everybody kind of prides themselves on in fantasy basketball is not just the guys that you pick in the top echelon, but also those diamonds in the rough, whether you picked them up or you drafted them late in the round. What would you say is your like, oh my God, this guy's like top 50 value and I got him in like in the bottom 100 or whatever, you know, under 100? Who would you say, even if it's not this year, like overall, was there anybody, you know, in particular you had that you're really proud of that, you know, maybe didn't even necessarily maybe that great? It's open to anybody.
I mean, not right now anymore. Like he kind of fell off, but I picked up Brunson at a good time.
Jalen Brunson, yeah.
Yeah, like a couple. I think there was like a whole week or two where he played very well for me. That was a notable pickup.
Yeah. About you too or no?
No, I have like two. So Jeremy Grant or is Jeremiah? Jeremy
Yeah.
Jeremy Grant,
Oh,
that's a big
that boy
pickup.
be cooking.
Yeah, man. I got
Woo!
him I got him what, round 10? No, round 10, 94th pick. So that was a pretty good pick. Also, Darius Garland on a like not so I got him like round 15. He was my second last pick. I don't know what value he's giving me. I'm sure Jeremy Grant's giving me top 50. He has to be.
I don't know if top 50.
Top
Like,
60.
maybe I check it. I would do the
I don't
stats.
know.
Check the stats.
The guy's playing good. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care
Yeah, that's the
whatever that value is. I want it because
Yeah.
I'm good with it. You know what I mean? It's doing good for me.
I would check that, but yeah, he's definitely up there. When you consider, we've got,
And Darius Garland's been good too. And look who we have
Yeah,
joined.
I was gonna say. Actually, let's get to our question. Let's get to one question before I get there. You talked about, and we'll talk about more with the playoffs, like anybody being able to beat everyone. That's one of the things we talk about is like, no, you can't count out anybody, especially when it comes to the playoffs, right? So all you need is one good week.
Just
to
one
propel
week.
you. You know, you said that Curry was injured. Well, he's back now. I don't even want to face you because Detroit has. I was already looking ahead next week. Detroit has a 5-game week. So you got Jeremy Grant there that he's going to be, he's going to be cooking, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I say playoffs to me is luck a little bit, more so luck than anything, because if your guys you're in the top echelon and you get a couple injuries there and you have your other the other team you're facing is cooking you, it's hard to come back. It's terrible. So I wanted to mention that as well, that I think anybody on a given week can beat each other up, so that's pretty big. We also have another guest here, impromptu guest. Was not expecting this guy to come in, so I don't know if he's wants to speak on his team. He's also a fake Chelsea fan. I just need to tell that to my YouTube subscribers. He's not a real Chelsea fan. I don't know if he's a fan of any team anymore. He just hops on every team. Borussia Dortmund, Byron.
Hey, glad to be here. How are you guys doing?
So we got Simrat Calcat, who luckily not doing the bet this year. Congratulations. First year in the league and not actually doing the bet. That has to be a first-time thing here. I don't know if you want to speak on your team, Simrat, but that's kind of where we're starting here. It's really talk to the guys, Bell and Francis. But if you want to talk a little bit about your team, I mean, your team, you're not making the playoffs, but I mean, at least you can still talk a little bit about them this year, how you felt. So go for it.
Man, if my players didn't get injured, I'd probably be like second place. I think.
Really?
I think.
That's a hot take.
I feel like had I beaten Francis that 1 week, I'd be where Francis is right now.
You think so?
I think so.
What place?
It haunts me to this day. Thursday, February 12th. If I had put my starters in the other day, I'd be where Francis is.
The funny thing is, he might actually have that information. That's the funny part.
No,
12. I don't see what happened there.
No, I think he's just talking out of his ass.
I have no idea. Keep track.
But yeah, no, Simrat, I think you did pretty well, commendable for a first year, especially one that doesn't really know NBA much or basketball. You just kind of filled in for a spot, and I think you want to do it next year as well.
There's nowhere to go but up, brother.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to
Well,
go.
I could go down. I could go down one spot.
I mean,
Where's Mina? Has Mina spoken? Has Mina spoken?
No, Mina hasn't. Mina doesn't want. I don't think he wants to talk.
Oh, really?
I think is Mina last place?
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, Mina's last place.
I wouldn't speak either. I wouldn't speak either.
Did you guys hear?
In my mind,
what the bet is?
Pardon me?
Francis, I think you were in on that conversation. Do you know what the bet is?
The bet wasn't it owes us a bunch of shots or something, or
that's one of the options.
What's the other one?
Option?
It was a photo shoot.
Of what?
Oh,
body image photo shoot.
Right, I knew.
What?
A body image photo shoot. Like GQ. Like, how they do those naked photos.
Oh, that's what you guys are on. Okay.
Yeah. And he proposed it too. So it's not like I would have been like, nah, fam, whatever.
Like one of them Heisman poses?
Yeah, fam.
Exactly.
Jesus.
So I don't
I've
know.
taken one of those
He has a
before.
big decision to make here, but he'll make one, I guess. So,
Well,
but yeah, no, Simrat, commendable work there. So thanks for joining in. That was some impromptu shit. The last thing I want to show you guys is the current standings.
I didn't know we
and
were commending
matchup.
mediocrity, but it's okay. You know, we can. Hey man,
Ouch.
if that's what we're doing, then shit, I should get a gold star. I'm out
I
here.
still beat you. I still beat you. I didn't know what I was doing. I still
We're in the
beat
playoff
you.
picture.
Did you beat Abel?
I beat Abel. I whooped him.
See,
Holy.
Simrat, I'll say this one thing. If you had at least won one more matchup and beat Mina,
Francis, I'm telling
you
you.
would have tied with Abel. That would have been
Had I beaten Francis that one.
That would have been scary. I will say that. Anyways, we have the current standings here. Like I said, Mina's doing the bet. Simrat's there, sitting in 9th. But as you can see, from 3rd to like 8th, it's literally one win and it propels you somewhere. Okay, either that's up high or down low in this case. I think I actually think if I look back, I might have to double back.
I want to tank
It's
and
actually
play you.
updated.
I
It's
wanna
actually
tank and play
changed.
you.
It's actually changed. So
I hope I see you, Hubin.
I then lose and
You know what? That's what I want. I want to tank. I want to play you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You don't want this energy.
You're cursed. You can't get out of playoffs. You have problems in the playoffs. You playoff P, baby.
Yo, for the record,
we're gonna call you. We're gonna call you playoff H.
So
that's what we're gonna start calling you. This is playoff H.
It's been 5 years. This is gonna be year 6, where I potentially don't make it out of the first round of the playoffs. This is gonna happen again.
Listen,
but, I'm willing to take my chances on you. I got you twice. I'll get you a third time.
Listen,
I beat you twice. I already beat you twice.
But you know, I've been broken the whole time. Now I'm healthy. I'm worried for this whole league. If I'm being very honest, completely honest. In my humble opinion, I think this league is over. I've won already.
Okay, well, this isn't the Abel show here, so let's talk of the standings here. So Abel's in 8th there. We got triple doubles. I think you're higher, actually. I think the standings I put just after the end of the matchups from last week. So it might be updated. I think you might be 5th or 4th right now or whatever it is. But yeah, you're essentially, you guys are in a tie break, and with Yahoo, I put it as matchups. So it comes down to your matchup with who you're tied. So if you're tied, with, for example, 4 different teams, it's gonna take all the records of all you guys combined, which I don't know how they do it in terms of algorithm.
Yeah.
But that's how it kind of goes. But if you win, you're probably going to be in the top 4, top 5. And let's just talk about the other teams in this case. Are there teams? Well, we know Abel's not scared of nobody apparently, so he's never scared of anybody. But Francis, maybe Francis, because Simrat's not even going to make the playoffs. Francis, is there any teams that you want to kind of avoid here? Is there any teams that that's a scary team? That's a team that's probably going to make the finals.
I don't.
I'm actually quickly looking.
I'm just trying to remember who I had trouble with. I just lost to Luke's team. I'm pretty sure. Was that last week?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just lost to Luke Penner's team. And honestly, like, I think Jonas's team is like very respectable. Very respectable.
Simrat says no. He's shaking his head.
But no, I remember having trouble with Jonas's team. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So if I can choose 2 guys to avoid, I'd avoid those 2.
Yeah, he's gonna take that as a compliment. I can't wait to see those comments he posts. Yeah, some people have bogey teams. Like I have my share of bogey teams. Like Phil's always someone I try to avoid in the playoffs. Have like post-traumatic stress playing this guy in the playoffs in the regular season. I haven't remembered last time I beat him. So that's definitely one for me. I agree with you. I think Luke is probably one of those universal teams that like most people don't want to see. And I think a lot of it was just his trades, and his team's looking good. Like I said, he's on the 6th game. He probably will beat the other Luke this week. So he'll probably be at the top. So yeah, if you can avoid him, fingers crossed. What about you, Abel? Come on. I know you're Iron Man over here, but there's got to be a team that you respect here.
I was actually just looking at honestly, if Luke Penner's team, if his team was healthy, like if he had Shea and he had Joel, I think he'd win the whole thing. Like I don't know if he still might.
I think they're coming. Shy, I don't know about Shy, but I know.
No, he's gone for a while. But like,
coming back.
If I'm being honest, yeah. Like I'm looking at his team right now. Like I don't see any like weaknesses really. Like he has a lot of solid players. Like
Yeah.
he has a lot of There's not one guy here that actually no, there's one or two, but still though, like this is pretty solid.
Yeah, it's a good team.
So I'm hoping for some rest with all that star power. Maybe they'll rest or
Nah,
something.
he has a lot of. He has Terry, Jamal, Chris.
Even that center from Boston is really good now.
Yeah, Robert Williams. Woo.
Yeah,
we talked about that. He's a permanent monster, man.
This guy, I think Luke Penner's team is the team. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It looks like it's the team because what the heck? Well, how did he get all these guys?
Trading. He traded with me.
So you guys are out here just giving him free.
Well, his team was like, I told him his team was like 9th or 10th. So I was like, okay, whatever. This can't be that beneficial.
Is that
like, and then he got a couple other trades and I gotta put a PSA like no more trading with Luke at this point for me.
I gave him Ayton for Simmons.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I still like my team. You guys let me have Trae Young and stuff, but we'll see though. Like anyone can win, really. Like you guys said with Jonas, like when you guys were talking to Jonas and Luke, like anyone, it really could go to anyone.
Yeah,
I wouldn't really be surprised if any of the 8 guys like came out on top.
Yeah,
just like based on the records, like you look at them, everything's so close. It's a couple games back from 8 to 1, so it could.
I do have to make sure you guys know though, who's number 1 in the regular season. Just wanted to put that out there. Number 1. Yeah,
so what I'm gonna do is
let you guys know that.
I honestly do hope you have better luck this year because this is the first. Your first. You know what I mean? Don't fumble this, please.
You want me to fumble this? Why would you say that?
No, I don't. See, unlike you guys, I pray for your success. I wish you all the best.
That's some bullshit.
Hey, but no, I really do because you've had some pretty bad luck in playoffs, which is I don't know why it always happens, but it does.
That's what it is. It makes it fun. It makes it interesting. Has a nice storyline to it, What was the other thing I was gonna say? What do you think about the intro I put for you? Like, how do you feel about having to put the belt on people and saying that this is my year every year? Like, do you? I know
if you don't believe, if you don't have faith in yourself, then you got nothing. You know what I mean?
Such a good sport, though. I will.
You gotta have faith in yourself. If you don't believe you're gonna win each time, then what are you competing for? I'm always gonna say I'm gonna win. I'm never gonna say I'm not gonna win.
No, I respect that.
You guys can laugh all you want, but I will continue. I could never win fantasy in my life, and I will continue to say I'm gonna win each year. I don't care what you guys say. I'm gonna keep working. I want to shout out the big old women in San Antonio. Shout out to my boy Charles. Shout out my boy Charles.
I will say you dish. You are Charles. You do dish it. You do.
Charles Barkley, baby. That's my favorite. That's my favorite broadcaster on TNT. I look up to him.
It is, sure. So we'll finish off here with closing remarks. If you have anything last thing to say, we're heading into the playoffs pretty soon. Maybe you have a prediction, maybe about your own team, maybe about somebody else. But we'll kind of wrap it up here for you guys. So if you guys have any closing remarks, maybe we'll start with the fake Chelsea fan over there, Simrat. What would you like to say about the league this year? How did you like your first year here?
It's a good experience. At the beginning, I didn't know what the hell a F was. I didn't know what the hell a G was. I only knew about centers. So I got to learn about positions, and Abel, you barely beat me. So I don't know why you're cocky.
You're talking like you're in the playoffs. That's interesting, but continue. I'm sorry.
Next year, I definitely will be.
You sound like me now. Hey, you're picking it up. You're picking it up quickly.
I'm more realistic, though. I don't think I'm going to win it next year or ever, but I'll make the playoffs.
Yep.
Man, if you win it before me, again, if you win it before me, I might have to retire. Into my fantasy reign. I'll just watch over you guys, but I can't. I don't think I can manage.
If I had my ways, I'd definitely have be in a better position. But you guys had your little rules where you got to veto trades, and I couldn't use my
Okay, buddy. All right. Well, thanks for the share, buddy. Francis, we'll go to you. What about you, Francis? Anything? I don't want to wrap up.
Great, interesting year. I just want to say I appreciate your commitment to this league. All all these videos you've been making, weekly power rankings. I appreciate those. And these calls too. Just shows your commitment to this league.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. And Bell here.
Yeah, like you said, we like that you've taken a step forward in this league, making it more interesting with the whole power rankings. It gives, I think, all of us something to look forward to, which is kind of cool. I've never been in a league where somebody does that, so definitely something that is appreciated, and I hope you continue. And I'm sure you'll come up with new things to add each week as you've been doing. But yeah, no, it's been an interesting year, with the whole COVID thing. I mean, overall, I think it's been fair, more or less, for everyone. Everyone's kind of had like their highs and lows. That kind of speaks to the records, I think. No one's like taken off. No one's far ahead. So, yeah, because that was one thing I was concerned about, like the COVID. I wasn't sure how that'd look, but I mean, it worked out. The addition of like the extra spots that you added definitely made a difference. I don't make pickups and stuff, but I'm sure other guys appreciated it. But yeah, playoffs are going to be interesting. I honestly don't know who's going to win this. I can't say.
Yeah, fair.
It's going to be good.
Yeah. So I'll just address a couple of your points before we finish off here. One, I do appreciate the thanks. I know you guys really like the league, and I don't think a league is really you're not going to be invested in something that's constantly static. So if we didn't do these things, I don't know how invested we really would be. I'm sure you would, I put my money in, but maybe putting money in might not be the end all. So yeah, I was just like, you know what, let's do something kind of fun. And those power rankings will definitely be something we continually do. I think, for example, the belts being another thing that you guys are motivated to win, and having someone wrap around, like those sorts of things, we'll continue to do and we'll enjoy. So I know, we're all grown men here, and, fantasy is one of those things that is in the back of your mind in some cases. But yeah, I just wanted to make it fun and interesting as possible. So I do appreciate the props there. The league itself, yeah, absolutely. I think we just sort of anticipated, with all the injuries that a lot of people were going to have this year, that it just made sense to have more IR positions. And I wouldn't anticipate us being as close, like you said. I was actually anticipating that somebody was going to get the benefit of like a few of us fucking up, and not to anybody's fault, just COVID screwing everybody up. But it actually made this league, I think this is probably the most interesting year we've ever had out of all the years everybody or any of you guys played in. I think this has been the best year, ironically enough. So other than that, thank you again for coming in. Really appreciate it. This might be something we do next year. Just I'll call someone maybe like once a week or something, and but yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming in, and it's probably I'll say this, probably the best video we've had so far. So thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
The rest of your break here.
Viral.
And it has nothing to do with Simrat being in here. He invited himself. I should have locked the room, but I couldn't.
Is this a podcast? What is this?
It's not really a pod. It's just more of, I just put it on my YouTube channel and just throw it in. But it could be. We could do a pod. I don't know. But maybe in the future.
This is how things start.
Yeah, Abel. Yeah, I need one of you guys in there. I need that pod. But yeah, so we'll leave it off there. Thanks for coming in, guys. Enjoy the rest of your break here. Get some rest. And we'll see you in the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Except for you, Simrat.